So what's your normal routine?
Normal routine is just come in and start off with getting everything separated, and then start kind of hanging up the waterproofs, because the waterproofs, well, windbreakers rather than waterproofs, is probably one of the last things that they would put on if they're going to put them on. So it's better just to leave them on the hangers and kind of get them out the way. And then from there, and I've screwed up the numbers already. Aye, so as I say, get in, get the windbreakers hung up, and that'll be the first thing, and then start getting like the match day topple then would normally go over that. But because we've got no hangers in here, then it's a wee bit harder, so we need to kind of just fold everything up and sit it on the boys' places. And hopefully I manage to get everything set up before the boys get in, because if they get in and I'm still setting up, then it's just chaos. But the majority, Jerry showed me how to do the vast majority of what I'm doing here today.
So what kind of things have you added?
As I say, just the likes of the hangers, keeping a lot of things on hangers and stuff like that. Trying to think what else should put me under pressure here.
Music?
Music. There's not, Jerry doesn't like the thump music, Jerry likes the hit of the country music, so aye, it's got to be nice and chilled for Jerry coming in, so Jerry should be here today hopefully, doing a set of crutches. Everything seems to have went well with the operation, so aye, it'd be good to see him, I miss his moaning.
And how long does your setup usually take, roughly?
Roughly about an hour. Sometimes I can get it done a bit quicker if there's a wee bit more space, and
Or if it's a rush?
or if it's a rush, aye.
And you all set up number order?
Yeah, number order. Obviously in our own dressing room, it's set up the way the boys prefer it. But when we come to an away dressing room, it's always 2 goalkeepers and then run round the numerical order. It just keeps things a lot easier than trying to remember how the boys actually sit in their own dressing room. So I was coaching the 2009 age group in East Kilbride for the academy, and my age group trained on the same nights as the first team. So obviously got to meet Mick and Si. Obviously we've been around all the time, got to know Jerry. Obviously going to games and stuff like that, so got to know the staff really well. And I've got a Works van, so because the guys that were Jerry and the boy and Mark that were doing the kit originally, they were using their cars to run the kit back and forward. So I offered a hand to do the kit with them, because obviously when I stay in East Kilbride, and two, I had the van which everything could fit into on that day. So rather than Mark and Jerry travelling from outside East Kilbride to come over, especially for an away game, to come over and collect the kit, and I had offered my help just to pack the kit into my van for away games and stuff, and that was the kind of, aye, that was it. Next thing I knew, I had a trackie, and as Jerry would say, I'm the kit man now. Jerry's just my observer.
He's the gaffer.
He's the gaffer. What he says goes. Anything out with, if anybody needs anything kind of during the game and stuff like that, then it's me that gets a shout. The boys need a change of boots or something like that. Or if the gaffer needs a sugar-free egg bill. Then obviously, once the game's over and done, mate, it's a case of getting everything packed up, put away, loaded back into the van, yeah, and then back up Peaceful Bride and get it all unloaded back into the park, and then the boys for the trust take over there and get all the kit washed and stuff like that. People that don't know about the role maybe don't think, but for the folk that do work around the football teams and stuff like that and that have maybe a small insight to it, what's the word I'm looking for? No fickle, but unaware, aye. Unaware what actually goes into the task at hand.
Because it's very common that your first one here and last one away.
Yeah. For many of us. For many of us.
Which player's the most demanding?
What player's the most demanding? No, honestly.
You.
See at this level, I genuinely wouldn't say there's very many players that are demanding. They've all got their own wee things and stuff like that. Like, as I say, just about everything at this level, I think they're probably the best looked after. The best looked after players for this level. I mean, there is players out there at this level that have got to take their own kits home and wash them and stuff, so I wouldn't say the boys are demanding. I probably do a bit more than what I should in the way of certain things, but I wholeheartedly believe that it's for the greater good of the team at the end of the day, and that's why I do it, it's for the team. So, listen, Jerry sets his standards. That's what Jerry is. He's the standard setter. And as I say, I think this is genuinely where I've gained the majority of this. As I say, the management team have got their own needs as well. At the end of the day, they're here to do a job and get the team, obviously, the ultimate goal is promotion. So, as I say, if I can help within that and make it easier for them, then I will endeavour to do my best to do that. My thing is, as I say, is just to make sure everything's set up so that the boys can come in and that I would probably say that is probably my superstition, is just making sure everything's right, making sure everything's here for them.
Do you think that's a general kitman superstition?
Possibly, aye. I would say it is.
A bit OCD?
Aye. I think you've got to have a bit of OCD to do the job, because if you've not, then I think it can falter.
And what's the satisfaction that you get out of it, do you think? Maybe a hard question to answer that.
I don't know if it's a satisfaction. I think it's just in general that I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
Being part of it?
Being part of it, huh? And just the general feel around about the team is really good at the moment. I think that helps. There is obviously the end of last season was really hard. That 2.5 hour bus journey back from Stranraer was probably one of the worst journeys that I've ever travelled. And I've been on a few journeys, so I think that's got to be, that was hard. When boys are down, management team's down, you're wondering whether you're going to be able to get up and go for next season. And fortunately enough, everybody did. Everybody came together and we started at the season. Obviously didn't start it very great. With a couple of defeats at the start of the season, a couple of draws, but we seem to have we'd a good few runs in the cups and stuff like that. Was definitely picked everybody up. I think the run in the SPFL Trust Trophy, I think that kind of just makes its own statement in itself, that the position that the club are in, they're able to go and compete with these teams.
And is this where the rush starts in?
That's it, some of them have started coming in, so. And this is where we miss Jerry. Because Jerry just tells them what to bolt.
Is there anything you need to set up for the management team or that? Or
Just so they've obviously got their trackies and stuff like that, and their jackets and stuff are obviously in a bag as well. So I don't know how many of the big jackets are going today because the weather's actually quite good. So we'll definitely not complain about that today. Listen, I don't think there's anything that Liverstock players complaining. I think it's a known fact that aye, they like to have a wee moan and groan sometimes, don't they? See, Jamie knows. My complaint is when they get in my way when I'm trying to set up.
is that a dig there?
Aye, sure. Jamie's alright, Jamie comes in and just kind of...
You were saying that he's the biggest one?
Never.
I think the biggest moaner, genuinely, my hand in my heart, I'll not say his name, but he wears number 25. Would you agree with that?
He's up there. He's up there.
Who would you say?
Number 10's in for a shout in a row, I think.
Oh, on the pitch. On the pitch, he's got to be the biggest moaner.
Aye.
But everything else, it's definitely at number 25.
Aye.
Are you still asking me dodgy questions?
Just